Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you're having a great day. If you've been watching Larry's Anything Goes programming, you know that we are not only providing great financial intelligence content as much as possible by interviewing other financial professionals, professionals in the travel industry, real estate industry, etc., and so forth, but we provide various services when it comes to specific products that we sell, from anything that you would actually find on Amazon or actually at Walmart, etc., and so forth. And we are actually providing specific products due to today's current crisis and whatnot to ensure that we provide the right services and products that you need at a reasonable price when it comes to medical face masks, when it comes to hand sanitizer, and when it comes to latex gloves and things of that nature, and etc., and so forth, toilet paper, paper towels. But we have what you need. Also, family, don't forget that Larry's Anything Goes is a part of an affiliate marketing network known as Gold Standard Partners, where you have the opportunity to buy cryptocurrency and allow others to invest with you as becoming an affiliate marketing partner. And obviously, if they purchase a package with the program, you're able to make money off the package purchases and make money off of the crypto purchases and things of that nature. If you want to join, please follow the links in the description, and I'll give you a call as soon as you sign up and purchase a package, and we'll go from there. But definitely, it's all about the best way to make money moves is to have currency with one another and to ensure that currency is always being spoken of on all levels, so it benefits everyone and not just one specific person. That's a lot of things that people forget about. So think about joining the program, and we'll be able to go from there. But if not, either way, it's always appreciated. And thank you for watching. And hopefully you guys have a great day and continuously make money moves so you don't live broke like a fool. Take care. As you can see, with our various products, we have our financial apparel. As you see, wearing There's Anything Goes t-shirt, financial intelligence is sexy, face masks, latex gloves, things of that nature, to obviously ensure the safety of you and your family all at the same time. We want to ensure that you get the best products and see the actual products that we're actually providing for you, and giving you another view of not only the shirts and the medical masks, but actually another view of actual latex gloves and the actual hand sanitizer. Because one thing we've learned throughout this unfortunate crisis is that we have to take more precautionary measures to ensure not only the safety for ourselves, but for our families. And having a great pair of hand sanitizers, latex gloves, and medical face masks will ensure that safety. And with all that being said, hopefully you guys will check out our online store. We have the various products that you see here. With a couple of clicks, especially if you're paying via PayPal, it makes life that much easier for you to purchase our various products, especially during this unfortunate situation. You see the apparel from Larry's Anything Goes. We have the medical products when it comes to hand sanitizer, latex gloves, medical face masks, and things of that nature, and various other products. So please check out Larry's Anything Goes. Support small local businesses. We greatly appreciate it, and hopefully that you have a good day. How goes the family? How goes it? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hope you have a exceptional day. To check, I'll share my mic. led here by my wife and my direct connection, but computer seemed like it's been working okay, but let's give it a shot now. All right, testing, testing, one, two, three. All right, cool. All right, so hopefully everything worked itself out. Looks like a little bit of bugs here and there, but for the most part, let me see. Let me turn this off. That's one less thing using. All right, being nomad and is it becoming the new norm? That is the question. And I've been talking about since I've been becoming digital nomads, meaning that people are, having remote jobs or having more passive income businesses, in regular 9 to 5. It is becoming the new norm for a lot of professionalism, for a lot of business owners, from Canada. But it's going to be the new norm for a lot of Westerners to act, um, live in third world countries more and more. Places like Mexico, places like Ghana, and when I say third world, I'm not, I'm not demonizing any culture, but this is what quote unquote Western countries. And let's just be honest, cheaper to live in than to live in America. It's cheaper to live in El Salvador and Nigeria and Ghana than it is to live in America. It's cheaper to live in Jamaica, Republic than it is in the United States of America. Especially, it's cheaper than living in Canada or anywhere in Western Europe. So we're talking numbers here. We're not talking about anybody's bad about anybody's culture, country, government. None. This all about the numbers on this channel. That's what we do. So that's why we don't worry about who's in the White House, governor's house, mayor's house. It's all about what you're doing economically in your house. All right, that's what it's all about on this channel. So, anyways, so there was this article. The reason why I came up with this, I love to do really love to do my lives on Saturdays because I have more time. I don't have to worry about working my job. I don't have to worry about, dealing with a lot of other things. I ensure to get things done during the week, so I have time on the weekend to do these live sessions. This young moved from. There's this young lady who moved from Canada to Colombia. Her name is Peggy. Back in March of this year in 2023. Back in 2000, she's been working abroad since 2016, and since she's been working abroad since 2016, she's never back can not about Canada or not. We're just talking about Canada is way more expensive to live in than the United States of America. They have higher taxes compared to the United States of America, but they have when it comes to healthcare. No matter what job you have access to healthcare. Is it the best on in the world? I'm not going to debate that because that's not what this. Don't get distracted by political nonsense. That's not what this live is about. What I'm saying is it's a good country. U.S. is a good country. I think every country for the most part has its credit, and the fact that more and more younger people digital nomads, or just becoming more nomadic in their own way, I think it's a pretty cool freaking thing. I don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever because my mindset is always this: if it makes you happy and if you live in a healthy life, and freaking sewer, do at the end. Okay, that's what this is. This is nothing but positivity here. You want to give why here. Anyways, anyways, um, so this young lady who's 30 years old, she told about her experience leaving her hometown of Toronto, Canada, which ironically I'm going to Toronto soon. And I can't wait to go there. Be my first time. And that's why I'm saying, yeah, I'm noticing like taking a trip to Canada is more expensive than going to New York or Los Angeles, you know what I mean, or Miami. So that's why I say, yeah, Canada is an expensive country, but I can't wait to check it out. I'm looking forward to hanging out with the Canucks. But anyways, she stated that she's a project manager. She lives in Santa Maria. Oh, I'm sorry, Santa Marta, Colombia. She was promoted back in 2010. So this is before the pandemic, the 2020 pandemic. But this is when a lot of you know, if you really look at it from 2013 till now, a lot of corporations have saved a lot of money by not having to utilize so much commercial space. Our pandemic during the 2008 and 2015 era, what I remember do was kind of this. It was becoming more normal to see commercial. I'll just say within the DMV area where I'm from, it was more normal. More normal back more for lease signs um, because there was so much more open office space. Heck, today's world, you know, the pandemic just intensified what's been going on as far as the remote working um, communities that have. I just want to say, I can say with sincerity, and it just intensified something that has been taking place for a while now. Okay, all sincerity. All right, now, um, so since she's been working only since 2000, freelancer, Peru, Thailand, and Mexico. She got to Colombia back in October 2021. So this is during the pandemic. Like I said, this is while she was on a nomad, hence the term, being a nomad is the new norm for a lot of people. Not every, a lot of people. All right. You know, what was where was I at? But anyways, yeah, she wanted to be more nomadic. Um, she says it was still wasn't something that she could have relied on, and if she wanted rely on if she wanted to have savings. So she's been working remotely full time as a is paid constantly being set. My laptop is provided, you know. And if you don't know what that means, I will provide that definitely nomad means. Uh, All right. So it's a lad is a member of people having no permit abode who travel from place to place to find fresh pasture for their livestock. Now, obviously, that this does not pertain to this young lady, but it is a great definition because before I go on, a lot of people don't want to have the regular style of just living. A lot of people we are living in a time frame now, and a lot of people are fine with that, especially in cities like New York, soon to be, Miami, Atlanta, Georgia, cities like Los Angeles, Seattle. A lot of people don't mind being general. In a lot of instances, in a lot of instances, to be honest with you, living their best life. Sometimes it's that meaning that they're not a homeowner. Buddy mine doesn't have, you know, sometimes people living their best life means that they don't have to be a homeowner. They don't have to they're not just trying to, people actually like moving every couple of years or even sometimes every even couple of months. Like a great example, some people who are federal agents, a lot of times they have to move around every couple of years. The military, people in the military know what I'm talking about, or people who work service. They know what they have to move around every couple of months, sometimes every year, depending on their mission. And a lot of times people love that, especially within their 20s and 30s. I think in your 40s and 50s, sometimes people want to settle down and not move so much. But certain instances, sometimes people just like to be able to be more nomadic and not do the day lifestyle. you know, because so like cost aspect of it, another aspect, it's just brand new beginning, meeting new people, engaging in different things, and enjoying different culture, learning a new language, learning how other aspects of the world work. Didn't enjoy. That's another thing that a lot of people cannot fathom. I think once like my generation, the millennial generation, and then the next coming younger generations, it's going to be very normal to be like, hey, to be a nomad. It's going to be abnormal to not be a nomad in a sense, especially people in their 20s and 30s. Some people just don't want to settle down in one place and live a basic, boring, I live in the suburbs lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with that lifestyle, but some people don't want to just having that regular 9 to 5, raising a family, and pay bills and die. I don't see anything wrong with that. All right. So anyway, she says in the beginning she was driven to work remotely by her curiosity of what it could be like to try different structure outside of what I had grown accustomed to in Toronto, Canada, and by the difference in the cost. She said, I remember being so excited back in 2016 that my rent in Mexico, her rent in Mexico was as to the fact that it is a possibility to actually live comfortable prices where rent now has to be at least $800 a month, Canadian dollars, and that's most likely for a bedroom in Toronto. That's not for an apartment, but that's for a bedroom, because Toronto is a very expensive city. And, and articles has the total age to work up by 16. This recent commitment to moving to and working in Colombia, Toronto. Sorry for the technical difficulties, family. Condo in Toronto that she's renting out. There's no way she'd be able to have savings with all the living expenses that come from Toronto's pricing. There's just no way. Another before I go on, having savings and having investments is key to any financial security and key to anybody's financial survival, and is key to anybody's financial future. And if you're living in an area that's literally continuously sucking you dry to where you cannot save money and invest your money, then you are screwed. And especially given the fact that we live in a time frame where we were the second generation to go into a job market not having pension plans, but having 401ks, all right, which are just retirement investment savings plans, but not an actual pension plan. So I believe Gen X generation entered the U.S. job market not having pension plans. They were the first ones. That's when the and um, Gen Xers will have a pension plan, and the Gen Xers had to, have individual retirement accounts. You couldn't leave lifestyle and not saving and investing your money puts you in a very big precarious place. That's just the best way to look at it. Okay. But anyways, I digress. Um, so with that being said, if you're living in a part of not even anywhere in the world where you're not allowed to be able to save and invest your money, you are literally financially screwed. And this is what to me is going to increase the homeless population and split a lot of families apart in the future, regardless who's in the white. The financial aspects of people's financial prosperity, as far as from a working person's in today's world and in tomorrow's world. That's just what it is at the end of the day. And I don't like to be Mr. Negative Nelly, but I'm just keeping it real. I'm just being honest with the whole situation. All right. So I'll leave it at that. But anyways, she bought her condo back in 2019, right before the COVID-19 pandemic. It's around $500,000. All right. It's a one bedroom, so for a one room condo in a new building. She had help from. Sorry about that. She had help from her parents, and that was the only way she could This is the only way she gets something name. And right now she's renting it out and that covers the mortgage. So she's not making much money from it. But at the end of the day, when down in other locations, she realized that everything was so cheap. Every time she would go to these places and come back to Canada, it just never made sense to continue being in Canada. It's all about the dollars and the cents. It's not about who's in the cents. I always say, who you spend your money with, who you bank with, holds way more power than who you vote for. It is what it is. Obviously, she says I have property in Canada, but when I think about being able to afford the lifestyle, the income, and that's like my remember she told me when because she's right now she's working out of Germany. As a matter of fact, she's the only person I know that's working in another part of the world. But she's like she knew that she would never be able to come back to the DMV area because it's way overpriced for her now. And then she's either looking at her houses in Georgia, and it's still cheaper than living in the DMV area, especially from a tax perspective. So it's all, like once again, it's all about the dollars and the cents, family. That's what it is at the end of the. And I told this is about Canada either. If I'm just going to be honest, doesn't miss the cold weather. It seems like given the fact that she's lived in Mexico, Thailand, and now Colombia, this young lady likes tropical weather. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of cold weather. Period. So for me, if I ever missed it, I'm like, yeah, let me go to a couple of days to a week, but I don't need to live in cold weather. Um, so that's just what it is. And she said she does about $100 $700 a month. It's pretty good sized place. There's two bedrooms. So it's two bedrooms, and there's no way that that price could even be a thing in downtown Toronto. And a lot of times, a lot of people, like I got a friend of mine, he lives on the outskirts of DC. Some people just like the city life. They like the fact that they can leave their apartment, go walk to a store, go walk to their gym, walk to their job, or everything within a 10-minute walking radius and whatnot. Sometimes people just like that. And I don't see anything wrong with that. To live it on your terms. And the thing is, she stated Colombia offers her more adventure and financial freedom. She stated, sometimes I feel so guilty for saying how cheap everything is in comparison, but everything is cheaper than in Canada, to be honest. Food, phone bill, internet, co working space. It's like 20,000 Colombian pesos, about $4 a day to work at a co worker. Because a lot of times people actually like the fact of they might have a yeah, this is the thing that's not talked about enough. People have a remote job, but they still want to feel like they're in an office, but they don't want they want to feel like they're working in an office. They want to work in an office, but they don't want to work in the office like the old fashioned way of working in an office, meaning having their coworkers breathing down their neck, having their bosses breathing down their neck, and being in a space where they could just be in an office space, be away from home, but be able to work and not worry about people watching them or what they're doing and all this other not. Like I call it the old school 1985 thing. A lot of people love that freedom. The co-working space thing is a big thing. Heck, in the sense, it's not even the wave of the future. It's the now for a lot of commercial real estate places. Meaning, as you said, she pays $4 a day to work at a co-working spot there. But in Canada, that would she would have to pay a renting your own office whenever you want to, just so you can get away from your apartment because sometimes or house because sometimes people have the distractions. A lot of people don't have a lot of peace at their home. That's why I said one thing I can't afford to give up to my. And a lot of times people don't have peace at their house. So a lot of people can't afford to. They can't work at home because they might have kids. They got other people, all the stuff, crazy stuff happening. Too many animals, whatever the case may be, position where they can't really work from home. Okay. Let me Yeah, it might help push you out, and then of course I'm trying to help my dog out, and of course he still wants to make things difficult, so I'm just gonna let him do what he do. But at the end of the day, I was talking about co-working spaces. That's not the future, that's the now. And another thing she said, I would say if you were to make $3,000 a month and live in Colombia, you'd be able to live like a revolti and whatnot. I don't know what revolti means. I'm be honest. She says you'll be able to live like revolti. She says, and I quote, because I'm able to afford my living expenses. She says I can go on vacation trips and not budget. And I think this is good. This is going to become the norm for a lot of people for another reason, because everything in the US has, like, gas prices, food prices, everything has gone up, up, up. Rental prices, mortgage prices. Like I said, in the United States, I can just imagine what it's like. Well, I'm going to find out what it's like in Canada, as far as just from a consumer spending perspective. So it keeps going up. So the whole digital nomad thing, because like I said, not even just for young people that are working in their profession, but this is becoming the new norm for a lot of Americans. Okay, that want, for our elderlies, that people, our elders of the nation, that are going to, in regards to protect, either retire or move to a third world country. This is becoming the new. I never get a coworker. Him and his wife were talking about back then retiring in Mexico, and there is in Mexico and other parts of Latin America, Africa, Westerners, not just American, but Westerners who retire in these countries now because of the cost of living. Have a reasonable, if they do work, they can do something online and not worry for them to just make a little extra money, but not anything that's, the like independent contractors. This is becoming the new norm. This is the stuff that the politicians are not talking to you about, because it involves money. Usually it revolves real. So that's why I don't buy into the nonsense. And another thing she says, that on weekends I can do random things. I can enjoy weekend trips that are uncommon. She said, I don't think just anybody can say, oh, I went to Machu Picchu over the weekend. I just love those little adventures that I go on during the weekend. I don't see myself going back to Canada, aside from being able to sustain myself monetarily. Able good here, nothing reinforces my decision this year. And before I go on, like another buddy of mine, you've seen him chime in on my live streams. Real nice guy. Met him back in college. He lives in Colombia right now. He's like, I think he said he makes $5,000 a month, and he says, um, he's from the country, and I guess when he saw the prices, and so he's a digital nomad. He makes his money online, and I just respect that. I get it. He lives between Colombia and the Dominican Republic. I respect that. I get it, and it's just becoming the new norm for a lot of people because you have to be able to put yourself in a position financially, especially when you're out here alone, where you can make a lot of money and save a lot of money. Like my friend lives overseas. That individual got another degree, got promotions at her job, and what else? And because she's not getting taxed the same, because when you're not in the United States of America, I don't be federally taxed or state taxed when you're working in another country. So, or I say this, or I'm not sure. Somebody look that quick, but either way, your tax structure is different from when you're working from overseas. So that's another thing to take into consideration. So that's why a lot of states want corporations to get rid of remote working, because if, say, especially like an overpriced state of California, but New York, but they're overpriced states. Um, um, if they had so many people, they lost so many people during the pandemic, that said, "Hey, I'm done with this. Even going to the country, another cheaper part of the United States of America. This was just a nail in the coffin. This place is overpriced, and if I can't even go out life in this place, then I don't want to live here." A lot of people left and they moved to Texas, Florida, Iowa, the Carolinas, Georgia, because they're done with the overpriced lifestyles of New York and California. There's a lot of tax import a lot of people from other countries now so that they can replace that the peak in other countries, but in every state and city, they need people there. They need population growth because they need tax growth in order for those governments to function and for those corporations to function at the same time, and small mom and pop businesses to thrive and stay alive. Everything's about the numbers. I'm not going to act like I'm an economist, but I just look at the numbers and then everything else transpires. I look at it like that. So, but anyways, this is normal for younger people. This is really becoming the new norm for younger people. And I think when people get older, then yeah, they'll want to settle down. But like, that would be a great example, like where I live at. It can be it's not a bad place, but they want to go out and do something. Like friends of mine were complaining about the traffic on 95, and they were like, and I was just like, the summer is officially here, so it's only going to get worse. And one of my friends was like, I'm over it. I said, I've been over it. And last night I wanted to go out and do something like, well, now, so I'm just going to stay in the house, and it is what it is. And not the fact that I'm saying, oh, woe was me or anything of that nature, but I'm just saying living in a place where nothing's happening can be nice for somebody that doesn't like to go out. That can be nice for somebody that doesn't like to go out and do anything, but it sucks for somebody that likes to get out and go out and enjoy life and whatnot. So, and this person I saw on Facebook, they were just trying to have a nice family outing, but for them to get to a 40-minute location, it took them three, and I repeat, took 3 hours. So you do the math. And but the fact that this person says I can go to Machu Picchu for the weekend, you know, why you don't want to go back to Canada. Like you said, there's nothing there for you but a job and overpriced living. Like the DMB, there's nothing here for me but a job and overpriced living. There's nothing else going on. So, and it's like like at least when one goes outside in Los Angeles, you see the beauty of it. Mind expensive living. I don't mind expensive living as long as I'm excited about where I live at when I wake up in the morning. I leave it at that. It is what it is. So she said, besides being able to sustain herself monetarily, being able to really do good here in Colombia is another thing that reinforces her decision to stay in Colombia. There's a church in Santa Marta that she's helping build and that has that means in her heart that makes her a when you really to roots in Colombia, she's living there as a digital nomad. She's really building roots. That's what people need when you go to a new place. It's like a fresh start. We all need a fresh start in life sometimes. Heck, I know I do. So, and it's like wanting to be able to be around some different people that have a different mindset and help become a better person. I think that's why some people who are in the military and have an open mindset and don't just have a different mindset, but have an open mindset when they go to other parts of the world, they become better global mindset perspective and not just negative one. Because I've met so many people who travel around the world but never let the people who travel the world and just always had a negative connotation when it comes to Western nations. Leave it at that. So last but not least, she says, I enjoy that. I finally have somewhere I can live and not have to worry too much about spending. I'm able just and you at the end of the day, family, you can't put a price tag on being comfortable. I mean, I really can't put it any other way. You cannot put a price tag on being comfortable and enjoying your life. 'Cause that's the thing. That's one of the richest feelings in the world when you can just go out, spend money, do what you do, and enjoy life. It's like you wake up and you're excited about your day and you're not dreading your day. There's nothing more rich and fulfilling than something like that, in my personal opinion. Nothing more fulfilling. All right. So that's another reason why more people are going to be nomadic in their ways when it comes to the younger generation and the retirement generation all at the same time. All right. So, what else do we got? So, last but definitely not least, um, there was a 45-year-old who retired at the age of 36 years old. So, person's been retired for 11 years, and the five um, money individual, because, like I said, it's all about who you spend your money with, how you spend your money, how you invest your money, et cetera, and so forth. Not just getting a house. All right. So, for most people, his age, and at the age of 36, he threw in the towel on the 9 to 5 work life, walking away, and along with the additional 100,000 of. So that's just what it is. He built up an asset and sold his firm. You know, something that was worth in. And hey, for a lot of people, people think that $1 million is $1 million. I quit my job right now and I make it do what it do, as they say. But anyway, sell, sell his company allowed how that it resulted in a lot of years of savings and investing his money. So and at the end of the day, that's what it was. His money and he saved said save how much invest. All right, period. All right, so let me double check and make sure that testing 1 2 3. All right. Once again, sorry for the looking at my YouTube and it's not working correctly. 1 2. 1 2 3. There we go. All right. All right, give me a second, family. Sorry about the technical delay here. All right, I'm going to. All right, so let's see if my audio is better right now. Two, three. Testing, testing. All right, seems like we're good to go. So, anyways, as I was saying, And Joan actually, basically, he was able to sell his company, Michael Kwan, his IT consulting firm, and he was and another beautiful thing is he was by the age of 36, and he had a significant amount of savings and investments, and he sold his company for 1.28 million dollars. Cash that came from a remainder of the sale of his IT consulting firm. Selling his company out him away from him, and like I said, retiring early wasn't an accident. Press that he has a family, one uncle in particular retired in his early 30s. Hostility, Mr. Kwan had aspired for the same thing. It wasn't about it was all about being able to do what he wanted with his free time. And that's what some Hood University say. Own your time and put a bag on being able to space. That's when you're truly rich. That's my definition of being rich, is being able to own your time and space. You know, he stated, and I quote, I actually had a couple of uncles that had done that. And he noticed that when he was little, when he was a little child, and they never went to work. He said that, hey, how did you do that? And he noticed that they actually held a lot of real estate. They were saving actively. The early influence in his life meant as he saved for retirement, he was making $42,000 a year, or $31,000 after taxes at his first job out of UC San Diego in 2000 as a network administrator. Sure, when you're once again when you're around people, especially family members, your elders, when you're around grown men who are talking, and when you inspires them. It's kind of like one of my favorite recent black says, "Don't talk about it," because since he says he's from Louisiana, their saying is, "Don't talk about it." And when young, grown people, especially grown men, and in ways, I mean, not a negative way, in my personal opinion. He stated, and I quote, he had much cash to spare, and so building his retirement pot with dedication to saving and investing small amounts of money over weeks with his first investing age, $400 a month, with $250 a month to his initial goal was to reach the employer's match by the end of the year. Let's see how much more he's got. And then another thing is he's part of the fire movement, which is basically being able to the fire movement is a big movement that allows people to retire early, you know, and I'm all for I'm all, you know, you know, in my personal opinion. But technical stuff. So anyways, family, like I said, this whole thing is messing my Bible. The five habits when it comes to Mr. Kwan, um, that he has in regards to being able is this. Sorry for difficulty, family. I had to turn my Wi-Fi off, and I put the direct connection in. So hopefully that clears up everything and won't have any more freaking interruptions. It's like it's the luck of the draw. Swear. But anyways, hopefully, like I said, it looks like my connection's a little bit strong now that I have. Anyways, Mr. Kwan said the hardest part of saving for early retirement is getting um goals at the end of the day. And I think that's what it comes to anything in this life. It's like you have to believe that you will do the right thing. Well, I guess that's not fixing the problem. End this video off soon, family. This is getting on my nerves. So the cutting in and out, and we had a good broadcast earlier this week with my older computer. I fully walked out the kit, and I'm still gonna keep working through it. So my apologies for the interruptions. Might as well just broadcast off my freaking cell phone from now on because this is not working. Okay. So, anyways, and once you're able to get into that mindset and get over the fact that you won't be able to buy such lavish things and take so many vacations, it'll just make things a lot more easier, as Mr. Kwong said. That's the hardest part of getting in that right mindset, that right frame of mind. Um, And although he retired from his 9 to 5 job, Mr. Kwan offers free and paid coaching on his website, financially alert. And that's the thing. It's like the form of retirement to me is being able to just do things on your own term. That's what on your own terms, not this 1975 mindset of I worked my job for 30, 40 years. I get the gold watch and the nice pension and that's it and go sit on my butt the rest of my life and not do anything productive. No, the new version of retirement is being financially secure, matters more to you on your own terms without you being stressed out. That's the new version of retirement, in my personal opinion. So I'll leave it at that. But anyways, his first habit was actively avoiding. It's easy to increase discretionary spending on or expenses. Most people, I remember my old boss said this: most people make more money, they spend more money. I've been guilty of this. So you make more, you spend more. Therefore, you have less savings and less investments. So just something to take into consideration. He said if I had a salary increase of let's say 20% and give 3% of that and use that for lifestyle creep. So if you wanted to go on a trip or if you wanted to update his car or something like that, he would actually spend that money there, but everything else he would actually just reallocate to investing or saving. You know, doing the smart thing. The second habit he had was creating a second savings fund for asset purchases, which was mainly for real estate. He would allocate money to his regularly, and if his business had additional profits by the end of the year, such as 15,000, he would also put it towards that fund. For example, by the time he purchased his first townhouse, his then fiance, Quan had saved up $80,000 over their down payment. His third habit was reading personal finance books that kept him in the right mindset to keep going. Quan believes that most people fail at achieving their financial goals because of mindset limitations that aren't always obvious to them. And that having a good diet is one thing from as far as food is concerned, but having a great diet is the most important thing. The information you consume from reading podcasts, I force myself to listen to financial information on a daily basis. I have to feed myself that kind of great information. All right. That's just one thing I know with all sincerity. All right. What was it? Lost place. Yeah, third, that was nice. As far as the fourth habit, fourth came from what he learned through reading books, which is purchasing. And he knew early on that this was the key to growth. The only way is to this by perceiving his IT consulting company as an asset. He stated, and I quote, "I'm obviously earning a salary from the business, but at the same time, I'm creating that it's something that I could sell to someone else later on." And that's exactly saving his savings and investments. This allowed him to stay disciplined, not putting too much thought into it because it removed the angst of actively pushing against a desire to spend versus save, reducing the urge to splurge. And that's the amount of autopilot, so I don't have to worry about it. The only thing I don't like to put on autopilot is paying bills because a lot of times we forget about things, and then we end up getting getting served something, or we end up getting collection bills, or we lose an asset. Anything can happen, but when it comes to paying bills, I like to get screwed. So like him are going to become more digital, no, be more nomad today. They're thinking outside of the box, and that's the world that we live in, and that's the world that people need to understand and stop trying to fight so much. Because, to my personal opinion, the more you fight the new norm, the harder life is going to be for you. Period. The more you fight the new norm, the harder life is going to be for you. I cannot really stress that enough. The more you fight the new norm, the harder it's going to be for you. So I'll leave it at that. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for staying with me. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. Maybe tomorrow I'm going to try something different, something new, in regards to when I say something different, it's something new I need to test out. This other theory in regards to getting this straight, this Wi-Fi, this internet issue straight with StreamYard, because like I said, for some odd reason, with this new computer, everything else when it comes to streaming on this computer, as you can see, because I just went out again. So, and it's just a nightmare when it comes to my video, because if I take myself off, if I play a video, there's no delay. Like watch, I'm gonna play a video right.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
No different than anyone else.
And watch this other video. So there you have it. All right. There you have it. I'll even play another one.
You ain't got no slip malt liquor. You ain't keeping it real. You ain't representing. What you doing up in here, boy? Shit.
It is what it is. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. That I might just have to end up taking this video down. But at the end of the day, more people are going to be nomadic, and the ones that are going to be successful at being nomadic want to think and live outside the box. So, and earn outside the box and invest and save outside the box. So, on that note, do the great three things: like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And as I always say, make money move.
Now.